I was 26 when this happened, and it was my first time in Los Angeles. My friend Marcus had just moved there. He kept telling me, "You need to come out here, it's different." So after months of talking, I finally booked the flight. The first few days, they were normal. Too normal. We went downtown, tried different food spots, drove along the coast. It felt like a perfect trip. Nothing strange, nothing off. Until the third night. Marcus suggested we go to a small carnival near Santa Monica. It wasn't big, just one of those temporary setups. Cheap lights, loud music, rides that look older than they should be. At first, it felt nostalgic. We walked around, ate junk food, laughed at stupid games. Then we got in line for a ride. It was one of those spinning rides, the kind that lifts you slightly and just keeps rotating. Nothing special. But while we were waiting, I noticed the operator. He looked off. Not in a way you can explain, just wrong. Everyone else working there looked like teenagers, college kids. But this guy? Mid-40s, maybe older. Dirty jacket, greasy hair, and he wasn't talking to anyone. He was just staring at people, at us, at me. At first, I ignored it, told myself I was overthinking. But the longer we stood there, the more I noticed his eyes kept coming back to me, not Marcus, me. We got on the ride anyway, and the entire time I could feel it, that feeling of being watched. When the ride stopped, I looked over. He was still there, still staring. No smile, no expression, just watching. Marcus laughed it off, said the guy was probably just weird. And yeah, maybe he was. So we moved on. But then, we saw him again. Not at the ride, across the carnival. Just standing there, watching us. That's when it stopped feeling random. We left maybe 20 minutes later. Didn't say anything until we got back to the car. Then Marcus looked at me and said, "Dude, that guy was following us, right?" I didn't even think. Yeah. We laughed, but it wasn't real. It was the kind of laugh you make when you don't want to admit something's wrong. When we got back to his apartment, everything felt normal again. We watched TV, talked for a bit, then went to sleep. His place was on the second floor, small balcony facing the parking lot. Sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up. I don't know why, but I remember this perfectly. I heard something outside. Slow footsteps on gravel. Step, step, step. Not walking past, pacing right outside. I sat up, just listening. Then I got up and walked toward the window, and I wish I hadn't, because standing under the streetlight was him, the same man from the carnival, just standing there, looking up, directly at our apartment. I froze. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. And then he smiled. Not normal, too wide, too forced, like he knew I was watching him. I stepped back immediately and woke Marcus up, but when we looked again, he was gone. Just gone. The next morning, Marcus asked around. Neighbors, cameras, anything. Nothing. No one saw him, no footage, no proof, nothing. But I know what I saw. And what still bothers me to this day, we never told anyone where we were staying. This happened last summer when I stayed alone in a cabin in Northern California. I needed a break from everything: people, noise, life. And that place, it felt perfect. A small cabin surrounded by trees, no neighbors, no signal half the time, just silence. The kind of silence you think you want. The first day was peaceful, too peaceful. No sounds except wind and branches moving. That night, I noticed something. There was a door in the hallway, locked. I didn't think much of it, just assumed it was storage. And honestly, I forgot about it until 2 a.m. I woke up suddenly to a sound, a dull thud, then another. It was faint, but clear enough to pull me out of sleep. It sounded like it was coming below me. At first, I told myself it was nothing. Pipes, wood settling, old house noises. But then, I heard it again. Clearer this time, like something hitting wood. I just lay there, listening, trying to make sense of it. And then, it stopped. Completely. Silence. The next day, I asked the host. He replied hours later. Just one message. Probably animals under the house. That should have been enough, but it wasn't, because something about it didn't feel right. That night, it came back. Same time, but this time it was different. It wasn't random anymore. It was rhythmic. Knock, knock, knock. Silence. Then again, knock, knock, knock. I felt it immediately, that cold, heavy feeling in my chest, because that wasn't an animal. That was intentional. I got out of bed, slowly, walked into the hallway, and stopped right in front of that door, the locked one. And the second I got close, it stopped. No more knocking, nothing, just silence. I stood there, not moving, not breathing. And then I heard something on the other side, dragging, slow, heavy, across the floor, right behind that door. I stepped back immediately, didn't open it, didn't even touch the handle, because in that moment, I knew something. There was something in there, and it knew I was standing outside. I didn't sleep that night. I just waited for morning, and the second the sun came up, I left. Didn't pack properly, didn't look back, I just got out. But before I left, I checked something, the outside of the cabin, because I needed to understand what I heard, where it came from. So I walked around the entire place, slowly, looking for anything that led underneath. A crawl space, an opening, anything. There was nothing. No access, no space under the house, no way anything could be down there. So whatever was knocking wasn't below me.